Hello guys, my name is Benz and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, and we are still in the multiplayer mod. This is part 2 of 2. So go ahead and recap what we've done on the first episode, somewhere on the channel, probably in the playlist somewhere. I'll just quickly show what we're doing. So we're doing current job, Aluminium Église, whatever the fuck that is, from Bratislava to Calais. Reward over there, yada yada yada, truck. Everything else explains why the paint scheme is in the previous episodes, so we're going to catch it out on that. Let's get straight on to the road. So, I'm recording straight after the other one. I've had a toilet break, I've got myself another drink, and let's start the engine and get on the road. On the road, Jack. So, we're just outside Liège. So, got 5 hours left to go. So, this episode, hopefully, shouldn't be as long as the last one. Still using the mobile dashboard. Anyone coming? Nope. Hit the road, Jack. Cruise control on. Now let's actually see if when we're getting closer to Calais and the more Central Europe. Hopefully we're going to start to see a few more people. Frame's taking a kicking. Yeah, I made myself another cup of tea. Just in case I got cold again. So I got myself another cold glass of water. Just for anyone who's interested. I'm going to go to the toilet again. Oh well. That's something else I'd like to see in the multiplayer mod. Something I would just like to see them try and put in is just a fatigue simulation, if anything. So yeah, company manager, fine, okay. Can't get out to work, can't get out to sync up, whatever. Don't know what the reason behind that is. But the fatigue simulation, surely I try and concentrate on that, because then that's the whole part of the simulation. It's like there are rules for driving hours. There are very strict rules, and if you do not stick by these rules, there are some very big fines. And I'm on about possibly 10 grand. I know of a bloke who in Felixstowe, I was obviously down the road from me, who one of his drivers was not obeying driving hours, and I think he killed someone. I think he fell asleep behind the wheel, took someone off the road, and then killed him. And obviously the driver, he survived. He was okay. He walked away from it fucking scot-free without a bruise. But he went to jail, obviously, for falling asleep behind the wheel and not following his driving hours. But then obviously the company manager, who is responsible for the driver, when you become a truck, whoever holds the O license, the operator's license for the trucks and the truck company, they are wholly responsible for the actions of their drivers, which is quite a scary thing when you think of it. But he's responsible for keeping the guy who owns the O license. He's the guy responsible for keeping up to date with the driver's hours of the drivers. So if he isn't keeping up with his driving hours, then obviously the guy who holds the O license is also responsible. He went to jail as well. He done fuck all. He was sitting in an office, obviously not keeping up to time. Obviously he was doing fuck all. He wasn't doing his job properly. But just sitting in an office, he then also went to jail as well. I think he only went to jail for like 5 years, I think. Might not even be that. But yeah, I know he's out now. He's fucking back in charge of his company again. But yeah, so he got done over for it. And I've heard of other stories of other people, fiddling with their tachographs, or you putting like magnets on the tacho senders to either get faster speeds or increased hours. So it does happen, and the fines and the punishments are very, very big. So I've said before, I'm tachograph trained. I can calibrate a tachograph. You need to have a government license or a government qualification to be able to do anything with a tachograph, and I've got that. And when you're doing the course, there's certain aspects of it that you think, shit, if I do this wrong, I could go to jail. So there's one thing, yeah, I don't know if anybody knows, but why is this guy running slow? Let's just go in this lane just in case. Oh, he's pulled over. That was a friendly horn, by the way, not a horn that like say get out of the fucking way. When you're a driver, it's like in this vehicle. Let me just try and look up and see if I can see it on the straight bit of road. No, it's not there. Where is it? It's got to be in here somewhere. Okay, this truck ain't got one. Okay, so that's another little gripe I got with it because it hasn't got a fucking tacho in it. There was a previous video I was showing with where the tacho is. I'll fucking show it at some point. It should be above your head. In this one it is anyway. It should be in this one. In these newer trucks you have a digital tachograph, and you put it's like almost like a credit card style thing into it with a chip in it, and then that's it's called a driver smart card, tachograph smart card, and that obviously stores all your driving data and tells the truck who you are and yada yada, all different sorts of information. But there's 4 different sorts of cards. You have obviously your book standard driver's card, which records all your time. You know, it's just what the driver has, what the driver uses. You then have a company card that allows a company manager or a company, whoever's in charge of looking after the driver's times, to be able to go into the vehicle and you can download the data from the vehicle. So as well as storing it on the card, it also stores it in the vehicle as well. So if for some reason it isn't storing it on the card's faulty, you can then still get the data off the actual tachograph. There's a third card as well. I can't remember what that one is. Sometimes it's a yellow card, and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it does either. I know there's 4 cards. I can't remember what that card is. I know the 4th card is the card that I get. It's called a workshop card. It's a red card, and basically, when you put that into a tachograph, it asks you for a pin. You put your pin in, and that basically unlocks the tachograph to allow you to do anything. That you can change any settings. You can you mainly calibrate it, but you can change anything. You can change. There's 3 factors called the K factor, the L factor, and the W factor. And if you can change any one of those, you then change basically what speed it does, the times that it records. You can change the time in it, so you could basically change anything in a tachograph. And obviously, if someone who wants to fiddle their times, if someone had access to that and be able to get into the tachograph and change that, then they're laughing. But with it being all recorded digitally, then there's no trace. The only trace is the card that gets put in there, but it's still unlocked, and you can still change stuff in there. Once you can get into a tachograph and change stuff, you are fucking laughing. So when you're doing your training, they say that if for whatever reason you lose your card, a bit laggy down there, I have to straight away, without any pause or failure to do so, I have to phone up it used to be DVLA, it's now DVSA, the Driving Vehicle Standards Agency in the UK. I have to phone them up straight away, tell them, and then straight away after that I have to report it to the police. That's how serious it is. And as soon as you put the phone down to the DVSA, They then send someone down to wherever you're working, and they basically strip search you to make sure you haven't hidden it on yourself. They basically strip search everyone else, make sure they haven't stolen it. They search every nook and cranny of the building to make sure you aren't hiding it anywhere. They contact every single vehicle that you have had any contact with to make sure it isn't in the vehicle, make sure the drivers haven't nicked it, and you know, whatever. 70. Where's my speed limit? Slow down, you bastard. Yeah, make sure they haven't nicked it. And then even after that, they still, in some situations, if they suspect something, they will return every single day, and they will follow you whilst you work, and make sure that you don't, that you know, whatever, you know, they will also follow you. They will also send people to follow you whilst you're going home. Hold on, why have I still got my lights on? I'll turn my lights off. Get some frames back. The speed limit's changed, isn't it? It has. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, that's how serious it is if for a loss of a... Turn the piston lights off. Turn them lights off. There we go. 56, I can go up again. Yeah, so that's how serious it is if you do lose a driver's card. It's quite a scary thing. It's also quite a scary thing if you ever get a vehicle in. The older tachographs, you got two types. You got your digital tachographs and new ones, which you use your smart cards. You also get your old style ones called the analog tachographs, where you have like the wax charts, the white charts. Some of you may know of, that you basically write your details on, put it into it, and then it uses like styluses to mark the charts. Oh, excuse me. I need to sip me water again. Sorry, dude. I only had one hand. I couldn't toot you there. And the older ones, the tachograph senders, the actual sensors in the gearbox that detect the movement of the vehicle. The old ones, they didn't have an encrypted signal, so you could, if you knew how, if you position a magnet, you know, I'm not saying go ahead and do this. You know, if you get caught, you get fined a lot of fucking money. You could put the magnet in a certain position, either I think it was either on the gearbox or on the sender itself, and that would adjust the amount of pulses that would come out of the sender at the speed sensor at the for the tachograph. And obviously, if you can adjust that right, you can go faster and go further for more time. Obviously, that for a company owner is fucking brilliant, because he wants to go as far as he can for as long as he can to get the most out of his fucking vehicle and the most out of his driver. And we have had one. That wasn't recently. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It was a DAF, and it was foreign drivers. Brake. And basically, he'd been pulled over for just a routine random check by, that was DVLA at the time. Actually, no, it's VOSA. So, Vehicle Operating Standards Agency, which they used to be separate from the DVLA, but they're all now the same thing. Yeah, it was just a routine pullover, and basically on their routine pullover you just have an inspection of the vehicle, and on that inspection was found a magnet on the tacho sender. I think they got, the company manager was one of the drivers actually. They have two drivers. They have the obviously they can alternate the drivers, so they just keep on going all the time. And the company manager was actually one of the drivers. He, the driver himself, for knowing about the fault, got fined $3,000, I think, and the company manager himself got fined $3,000 as well. Hey, we're nearly on Calais. Oh, we're a lot closer than I thought we were. And with that situation, when it come into us, because we were the closest taco centre at the time. Excuse me, I just burped, and that was disgusting. Oh, I think there's quite a few people in Calais. There's a few people, not a huge amount of people. Yeah, and it's basically a magnet. When you find that, you have to basically remove the system, because it could be a corrupted system, and then basically recalibrate it. But yeah, that was quite an interesting day, that was. What speed am I doing? Got to 50, 48 miles an hour, so that's 48 kilometers an hour, isn't it? So yeah, shit like that does still happen. It's a lot harder to do on the new style tacos, because on the old style ones, the actual cable that runs from the taco sender to the taco was armoured cable. It was steel reinforced armoured cable, so it was very hard to tamper with. But the new ones, because the signal that comes out is an encrypted signal, you know, it's coded, it's very hard to intercept and adjust. The cable is no longer armoured, so you don't need to protect it. Plus, with the digital tacos, oh, freezing up. Any sort of messing around with the sensor, if anything's amiss, then the taco itself will pick it up and report a fault. Because they're encrypted, the taco has a certain, the sensor has a certain like output signal and a code that when you put the two together, when you put the sender and the tachograph together, they pair up, and the sensor sends a code to the taco, and that's how it identifies it. I think I'm right at the end on that first road. So if you ever put anything in there that disrupts that signal, that'll then change that code. So that's what you do when you do a calibration. You have to oh, I've frozen up. It's frozen. Haven't got a bit of the shovel lag. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're off. One of the things you have to do when you calibrate is you have to do a printout, technical printout, see this code, and then you have to put in a bit of loom that runs from the sender to the taco. So basically you're testing to see if anything's put in the loom. You then do another printout to see if that code changes. If the code changes, there's something in the line that is affecting the taco. It looks like a bit laggy in here. And as soon as you find something in that line, you then have to report that as well. Okay, so we're a lot closer than I thought we were. This video's going to be like 20 minutes. Oh, okay, I'll give me some extra time to try and get this fucking reverse and correct for once on a video. Right, better get noisy. Look at that, that'll do. That's the best one I've ever done on fucking recording anyway. Beautiful. Show results now, where we at? Oh, on level 30 by the way, online, because I've been playing so much. Yeah. 67 grand. So, hold on. Yeah, there's a thing that the Titan Fluid guys do. I don't know, that's not just Titan Fluid, a lot of VTCs do. And that is, you record your journeys and you just compare to other guys. So, what's got them on this page? So, I've gone from, where was it? It was Bratislava, wasn't it? Bratislava to Calais. They also want to know, the distance you've driven. No, sorry, the value of the cargo, which was at 67,421. 67,421. They also want to know the distance that I've driven. So the driven distance is 881 miles. So 881 miles. And they also want to know what expenditure you've had, so they can take it off what you've earned, because that is a correct way of doing it. Now I can't remember what the fucking fuel price was. I think it was like 448. I think. Was it 448? I don't know, something like that. So let's just do an expenditure of 448. So that I can put on their website once I've done all this, and then I can then add it to my list of jobs that I've done for that company. And that just shows you to see who's doing the most jobs, and you sort of like have a little mini competitions between each other. But yeah, so that's that bit done. So something else I want to do quickly is we're going to have a mass redundancies, unfortunately, because all these guys on the multiplayer thing, we don't need them. I don't know if they're taking money away or what. Hold on, let's just make sure these guys aren't actually driving. Finishes in 2-3. Yeah, so it's not working. So what I'll do is I'll just get rid of all these guys. Dismiss. Because they're not doing nothing. They're just sitting there. I don't know. Might be taking up internet. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but we just don't need them there. So get rid of all these guys. We also have a load of other garages as well. There's not many, but I'm going around slowly but surely and collecting all the garages as soon as I can, just so when it comes to a point where I need to get to somewhere very quickly, so I won't join up with a convoy or get ahead of a convoy and meet them on the road. It's easy to just jump to. I know it's not the best way of doing it, not the simulation way of doing it, but it just sometimes it's just the way it has to be. It has to be that fastest way of getting there. So yeah, those are the ones I've got so far. What else was there I was meant to be talking about? I think that's it. So yeah, next episode, I'm gonna try and have another look at getting that Pro Mod to work for the Western France section. See if I can get that to work. I still want to show that. I still want to see it myself. I haven't even seen it yet. If I can get that to work, I'll go back to that, and I will get that done, because I still want to do it. If I can't, then I'll be back to multiplayer. I don't know what to do. Maybe just another journey, another chat like I've always been doing. Maybe in a different truck. Maybe join up with a convoy. Maybe go around with for the other guys and see how that works. But like I say, as time wise and how different people work, it's hard to always be on with other guys at the same time. So that's that for now then, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.